Have you ever felt a deep, almost mystical connection between yourself and the vast universe around you? Have you noticed how the tiny details of nature, an unfolding leaf, the spirals of a shell, or the structure of a snowflake, seem to echo something greater? Imagine for a moment that these seemingly unrelated patterns, whether in the microcosm of our own bodies or the macrocosm of the stars, are not mere coincidences. They are, in fact, manifestations of a deep and profound truth. This truth is encapsulated in one of the oldest and most powerful Hermetic principles, as above, so below. As within, so without. This statement, derived from the Emerald Tablet, offers us a perspective of the universe as a vast, interconnected whole. It teaches us that the universe is not a collection of separate and unrelated things, but a seamless web where each part mirrors the whole. What happens in the vastness of the cosmos is reflected within us, and what happens within us mirrors the greater universe. This principle of correspondence holds the key to understanding the intimate relationship between the macrocosm, the universe, and the microcosm, our inner worlds. What happens in the universe, from the motion of galaxies to the tiniest subatomic particles, corresponds to what occurs within us. The same universal laws that govern the stars are at work in every cell of our bodies. Today, we will dive into the depth of this law, explore how it connects with modern science, and see how it has shaped the teachings of mystics and philosophers throughout history. To understand the principle of correspondence, we must first grasp its most essential idea: everything in existence is connected. In the macrocosm, the universe, we see how every celestial body, from the planets to galaxies, follows the same fundamental laws of nature. Similarly, in the microcosm, the human body, we see that every cell, every atom, follows the same principles of order, energy, and movement. This is the essence of as above, so below. As within, so without. The movements of the stars, the laws of gravity, the patterns of energy, all of these are reflected within our own biology, our minds, and our emotions. We are not separate from the cosmos. We are a direct reflection of it. Take, for example, the structure of the human body. It is a complex system, full of cells that work in harmony to create life. Interestingly, the body is often referred to as a microcosm, a small universe, because it mirrors the organization of the universe itself. The heart pumps blood through arteries and veins, just as gravity keeps planets in motion around stars. The DNA helix, though invisible to the naked eye, is a structure that mirrors the spiral patterns of galaxies and galaxies. Both are governed by the same principles of energy and symmetry. On a spiritual level, the principle of correspondence shows us how our inner state reflects our outer reality. If you want to understand the world around you, the first step is to observe what is within. What we feel, believe, and think shapes the world we experience. When our inner world is aligned with peace, clarity, and purpose, the outer world seems to respond with harmony and order. But when we are in conflict within, the universe mirrors that chaos. To delve deeper into the principle of as above, so below, we need to recognize that the journey of self-knowledge is, in essence, a journey of understanding the universe. Jesus Christ, in his profound wisdom, said, "The kingdom of God is within you," Luke 17:21. This statement is the key to understanding the spiritual dimension of the principle. Just as the cosmos contains the potential for all things, the human being, within their own microcosm, contains the divine seed of creation. To know yourself is to know the universe, and to align with the divine wisdom of the cosmos. Plotinus, the philosopher, once wrote, "The more a man knows himself, the more he knows the universe and what is beyond it." This encapsulates the spiritual journey. To understand the greater universe, we must first understand the universe that exists within us. Our thoughts, our emotions, and our beliefs act as a lens through which we perceive the external world. If we are at peace, the world appears peaceful. If we are in conflict, the world seems chaotic. In this way, as above, so below teaches us that the external world is merely a reflection of our internal world. We cannot change the outside world without transforming what is within. The more we align our inner state with the wisdom and clarity of the universe, the more the outer world mirrors that alignment. The principle of correspondence also teaches us about the relationship between spirit and matter. Spirit is often seen as the invisible force that creates and sustains everything, while matter is the physical manifestation of that force. This duality, spirit and matter, may seem like opposites, but Hermetic philosophy teaches us that they are, in fact, two sides of the same coin. Spirit is the origin, matter is the reflection. This understanding of spirit and matter as reflections is central to the Hermetic view of reality. Just as light projects an image when it passes through a prism, spirit manifests through matter without losing its essential nature. Matter, then, is not separate from spirit, but is shaped by the invisible energies of the spiritual plane. In the same way, when we seek transformation in our lives, whether it is in our health, our relationships, or our circumstances, we must first transform the spiritual plane. Transformation begins with our beliefs, thoughts, and intentions. When we change our mindset and our inner energy, the material world responds in kind. It is not about controlling the world around us, but aligning with the spiritual forces that shape it. One of the most fascinating aspects of the principle of correspondence is how it is reflected in nature through the concept of fractals. Fractals are repeating patterns that appear on different scales, from the smallest objects to the largest structures. These patterns are not just found in the human body or in the cosmos, they are evident throughout nature. Consider the spiral patterns of a nautilus shell and compare them to the spiral arms of a galaxy. The same mathematical sequence that governs the growth of a flower's petals, known as the Fibonacci sequence, also governs the formation of stars and galaxies. These repeating patterns show us that the same universal laws that operate in the cosmos are reflected in the smallest aspects of our world. The principle of as above, so below becomes visible in nature's sacred geometry, where the same patterns repeat on all levels of reality. Now that we understand the profound implications of the principle of correspondence, how do we apply it in our daily lives? How do we align our inner world with the outer world to create a life of peace, harmony, and purpose? The first step is to practice self-awareness. Begin to observe your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Do they reflect the reality you wish to experience? If you are dissatisfied with your external circumstances, whether in your health, relationships, or finances, it is time to look inward. What beliefs or patterns are shaping these experiences? Next, focus on transforming your inner world. The most powerful way to do this is through intention. Set clear intentions for what you want to manifest, whether it is a healthier body, more fulfilling relationships, or financial abundance. Align your thoughts and actions with these intentions, and the universe will begin to mirror those changes in your external world. As you align your inner and outer worlds, remember that small, consistent actions are key. Just as the tiny cells of the body work together to create the whole, small habits and practices accumulate to create significant transformation. Whether through meditation, positive affirmations, or simply changing your daily routines, these small shifts will reverberate outward, shaping your reality. The Hermetic principle of correspondence teaches us that the universe is a unified whole, where every part mirrors the other. As above, so below. As within, so without is not just an abstract idea, it is a living truth that governs all aspects of existence. When we align ourselves with this truth, we can transform our inner and outer worlds. We become conscious co-creators of our reality, shaping our experiences through our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. By understanding that the microcosm and macrocosm are reflections of each other, we recognize that we are not separate from the universe. We are a part of it, and the universe is constantly reflecting our inner state. The key to a fulfilled, harmonious life lies in understanding the deep connections between the internal and external, the spirit and matter, the small and the large. By transforming ourselves, we transform the world around us. So as you move through life, remember this ancient truth: as above, so below. As within, so without. By aligning your inner world with the greater cosmic order, you unlock the infinite potential within you, and the universe will respond in kind.